Rising on State of the Nation on Truth FM 96.1. Hey, Liberia. Today, exclusively at 3 o'clock, a panel of discussion of periscoping, that is the speech delivered by the president at the legislature yesterday in his first annual message. Your Excellency, good afternoon. Your Excellency, the fifth child of the Kisi family, Yuma, good afternoon. Liberia is on the rising. Good afternoon. This is a Magdalene and Christopher presentation. We will serve as a moderator. We also have Ibe Plaki, a panelist. We will have Anthony at law. You got it? Let me get it. Anthony James. And while we look for the name, we're going to be talking with also Akina Phillips in the United States, a Liberian living in Texas, an electricity expert. He said his area of interest was never mentioned, and he wants to ask why. So he's going to form part of the panel discussion this afternoon. And I had the opportunity this morning to appear on the Super Morning Show for the first time in 6 years. Maybe 7 years, 6 years, sorry. And we were quizzed. Tatos Tuba of Media Aid, Oscar Mulba once upon a time, here, news director, and myself, quizzed both by the young man Melvin Stewart and that of the veteran Anthony Vaughan on state radio this morning, looking deep into it. I didn't know we actually performed, and the feedback that's been coming. Well, I think they said we did our best. Okay, so we're going to talk to Anthony James Wright, a member. He said he's a member of the Unity Party. He wants to come to portray his party's position on the speech delivered yesterday. So this is State of the Nation. But something happened. I must talk about it. I have to talk about it because it is trending on social media. Come on, man. What went wrong yesterday? Who did that? Where were the securities? My goodness. And I saw a man walk closely to the president just after delivering his message, greeting government officials, especially the Supreme Court bench. And this man moved from the backside and hit his hand in the chest of the president and pulled him over. The security guard is standing there, and latest information I got, there was no arrest made. Who was this man? You know, I get emotional about it because now, well, if he was on his farm as a private citizen, well, his family and others could address the situation. He's now the property of the Republic of Liberia and attending a constitutional duty on the grounds of the people. Where was the security? Where were the security men and women? That was a breach. Now, let me just do a commentary on it. This is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So His Excellency has disembarked his vehicle. He's been processed. The EPS is standing at the door of the vehicle, the presidential vehicle. And I see the protocol officers standing. I see Amaji. They're all waiting to.
That's today. Today?
That's. No, this is today, right? This is today. Okay, that was today. Yes, today. Today, not yesterday. Today.
Okay.
What was the occasion?
The United Methodist.
United Methodist. Okay, this is yes. Oh, it is a convocation.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
So he's now shaking hands with the president of the United Methodist University, and in chat, she's dressed in a regalia, a gown, green, blue, and yellow. So he's walking to shake the hands of some graduates or lecturers. Now here's come this guy. This guy comes in and pull the president over, and he turns back And apparently they told the security, leave him alone. Did he say leave him alone? I don't want to believe, but he downplayed it and is continuing the handshake.
Can we get audio?
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. This is serious.
This is scary.
So, actually, they are jubilating the students. I have to go back. Okay. So the presidential motorcade arrived. This video courtesy to Spoon. So of the United Methodist. So as you can see, his convoy has just arrived here at the venue on the highway. So when folks, wherever you are, wherever you're following, I'd love to welcome you to this live coverage. So the convoy slowly moves. And the car is taxiing, and right there, the agent, the EPS agent will disembark and then get a signal that he can now allow the president to come out. Yeah. Okay, so you stopping the journalist, stop right here and do your photo taking. There you are standing there, this man who has no camera, no phone, nothing to do recording, and you allow this man to get close to the VIP, close range, and in fact held the VIP in the chest. Everywhere, I'll just tell my students, when democracy fails, the aggrieved will always blame the media. That's why the media should be very responsible in a democracy, in fledgling democracy. The protocol officer is telling the media practitioner, stand right here, you're not passing. I wish he had the eyes to tell this strange man to stand right here. So now the agent has disembarked and is about to open the door. Open the door for the president to disembark. Mind you, the president is a Baptist but was educated by the Methodists at the College of West Africa, especially when it comes to secondary. College of West Africa. Yes, so let me just draw the link. Besides that, the president, being the visitor to the University of Liberia, will extend similar visit to higher institutions of learning, especially during graduation, and was pleased to form part of this one. Will now get off his car and have handshakes with the heirs of the university right here. Wow. Wow. Asu, Magdalene, this is so close.
Yeah.
And the guy is standing with goggles on his face. He said he's a security man. And
it was too fast.
too fast.
Yeah, but I don't know how many of them because I actually
held the president, pulled him over. The president himself stood, look at him, and continued to shake the hands. Yeah, right. This is strange.
How did he even penetrate?
And he's looking at the security man. Mm-hmm. What is this? Look, President, let me tell you. But now the security is supposed to conduct an arrest.
Okay.
Yes. Somebody must answer for this. I'm putting myself into this thing because you are the president of the republic.
Of course. Right now, when I watch something, I feel so afraid.
You're the president of the republic. And you every time you speak, yes, no more, we all are one. But Mr. President, who told you everyone is satisfied that you be president? Let's see where Mr. Weir had his critics all over in the place here for 7 years. They didn't give him chance. Even though it was done intellectually. Even though it was done, when interim president then Judy Bryant, may so rest in peace, was driving on the freeway, now the Japan freeway, group of students, either Japan freeway or UN Drive, group of students from the St. Teresa convent threw oranges at him. Somebody threw the orange and then dropped the peel. And they took it and threw it. The school managed to identify those people and they were reprimanded. They were punished. This one, he didn't hire himself. No, he didn't. He came openly. And held the president and pulled him over in a very forceful manner, disrespectful manner, in the full glare of the EPS. In the full glare of the EPS. There was a security and investigation has to be conducted. Investigation has to be conducted. And Maggie, you're seeing it, and you don't want to keep seeing this thing, man.
No, I don't want to keep seeing it. I don't want to keep seeing it, and it looks so terrifying. On a serious note, the fight remains. This is an open secret. Ambassador Bwaka comes from Lofa, and we're from this very same tribe. I consider him as a grandfather, right? Yes, and as a president as well. And we will have even done for anyone or even President we are at a time when these kind of things come up, we are very straight with it. But for what happened, it looks so disrespectful, and people must
life-threatening.
Life-threatening. People should, investigation should be done, and those who are supposed to be arrested should be. This is about breach in security protocol, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know whether I'm saying the right thing.
Yeah, breach. Security protocol breach or security breach.
Yeah, it's at
the detriment of the president.
You know how many we are approximately 6 million people who are currently looking up to this man. And you come from the back and holding him in that very disrespectful way. Come on, man. So something should be done. Like what you say, investigation should be done. Those who are supposed to be prosecuted should be. It shouldn't be, you're leaving because, no, you have to leave that with the security. Let them do their job. And I know they're going to be very professional in doing it. And those of you around the president, you have to provide more. You should be very strict when it comes to providing security, providing protection. And that's why you are there. Protection agency, executive protection. Agency. Yeah, it's spell out protection. You God first. I know he depends on God and very spiritual as well, but the fight remains. You are there to provide physical protection, and while God is there providing the other one, you are there to provide physical. That's why you are there. If you are placed in that position to provide. So people have to be very careful, very, very, very careful.
And those of you calling me, this is a matter of security, national security breach. And this is not one of those topics where we're going to open the lines for you people to talk. We had to do it because we had to inform the people what happened today. It is not one of those topics where, you get info, just text it to me.
And on a serious note,
text it to me.
My heart almost jumped out. Well, all the sharp mob, hold the government feet to the fire, all the kind of stuff. This is serious, life-threatening, and we would have done this for anybody, especially with the kind of the position in which he holds. So the presidency, please, it's not a place where in quotation we go and see as ordinary of a place where we made so much fun. Please, it's not about that. Yeah, so we begging y'all please try to provide maximum.
Yes. So
even my boss here, I can be saying he needs security. Then you need security.
Yeah, well,
I think you say you qualify again.
No, qualify is different, man. I will go in a traditional setting.
All right, be there when they start testing people for power,
No, for power and power, if they test me, I'll
see the way you were talking about ERBC the money. No, they can't even do it. They can't even do it.
I said if they do it,
Come on, that draws
it will show positive image. No problem. So they should even do it.
Oh my God. That's funny.
That's the only natural juice I drink actually.
Yeah, so it's gonna be back here this afternoon, and a few minutes before coming on air, I watch it, and I'm not feeling too good, but rest assured we're going to have a wonderful time together.
Myself, I'm not feeling good though.
I'm not feeling good.
That was too close. That was too close. I'm not feeling good.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine that.
People just sending me the video as if I'm just sending me the video. This is quite embarrassing. This is quite embarrassing.
Very, very embarrassing.
Yeah.
So we're connecting with the guy from the US?
Yeah, so we need to send okay. I will talk to the engineer to send the link. The folks are here already. Why we have to take this break to adjust. This is State of the Nation. Up next is a panel discussion on the president's speech yesterday. We've got in studio Abel Plaki, one-time press secretary to the deputy press secretary to the president. We also have Oscar Molba. Oscar was here once upon a time as director of news. And then we have Anthony James. Why you don't want to give this name?
You keep missing
James. Yeah, man.
Anthony James Wright.
James Wright.
Yeah.
Okay. James Wright.
Yeah.
James Wright they're all here, and we're going to have a wonderful discussion, frank discussion. We'll link Kenneth Phillips in the United States. He said he wants to critique the president's speech. That is from the electricity point of view. First, this is a musical break.
Our youthful population is...
Sorry, this is not it, man.
We cry for peace, perfect peace. Lord, we cry for love in this nation. I'll tell you, no water can put us fire. We fly in South Africa. We cry for let me tell you, no water can put out this fire. Only the Lord can save.
Please send a link to this guy, man. That'll open my WhatsApp here.
Router, fast speed internet, and affordable data pack. I have no excuse to not get one router in my house. Yeah, let me run now to put them for me and the family.
Get your home internet router from any Orange store or POS around the country and enjoy affordable data packs that start from $9 for 10 gigabytes valid 30 days to $59 for 125 gigabytes valid 30 days. There's a pack for everyone. Enjoy using the fastest speed internet. Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Talk it. My man was looking rapper. Shit. I eat the iron every day. So you man know my mother gonna be rap.
Points as delivered yesterday. Let me use this time to welcome in studio, counterclockwise. Ibe Plaki, good afternoon to you.
Christopher, good afternoon. You hear me, Colman?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the invitation. I'm happy to be here. And I'd like to listen to say thanks to the management, especially liability. What I'm seeing here is not a surprise to me. I knew that specialty was taking place. This place looks like the voice of America. But I was doing an appropriate, an analysis on this. But I want to thank you for this invitation. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Oscar. We're back again. Today we were panelists. Now you are a panelist and I'm moderating.
Yes, Crystal, it's a pleasure. I'd like to say Happy New Year to you, Magdalene, and the rest of the team. I also like to add my voice to that of Abel's to say congratulations to Truth FM. I was just listening to the news and heard that the station was then certificated for your broadcast last year. I'd like to say congratulations. Congratulations also for the infrastructural development I see here. And I have no doubt that this will also resonate to the welfare of the staff. So congratulations, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, James, good afternoon. Yeah, you have to project your voice. You on the red, which, okay.
Yes, sir. Huh? Oh, okay, sorry. I kind of break in. The thing is. Yeah, you guys are welcome, especially.
No one, everyone. So, yes. Okay. Yeah. I see mine here. I just wanted to.
Oh, you got yours.
Yes. Okay. So while we let's I know you guys want to move. You got issues. What happened to this is a national security issue. Let's just mention our worries a little bit. Maybe the authorities will take action. But Abel, you saw the video, right? It's now trending, and everybody, the fact that they know we are on, they just forwarding it to us. That was so close. That I equate that to security breach.
It's, you see, look, what is happening in our country or what took place today is something that calls for concern. It does not have to do with just the president. This is the country. Let's assume the worst took place few minutes ago, a few hours ago. And then none of us would have been sitting here talking about post analysis of the president's speech. It calls for concern, and this should not happen. We have just ended elections, and we don't want to say people are not happy, but the devil is very busy. There is a famous scripture in the Bible that says, when the children of God gathered, the devil was in their midst. So people are not just being unhappy for what took place with Joseph Boakai. The security around Joseph Boakai needs to be very, very vigorous, very, very, very strong, because anybody can penetrate. I want to blame the guy who was just appointed, Director again. He's been traveling all over the president. When he was not president. Now that he's been designated as the chief of the EPS, what took place today, he should be responsible, because he's supposed to know that being a vice president, former, is different from being a president. Whatever happened today should never repeat itself. If something negative would have happened today, Liberians would have had different interpretation. And we want to call on the office of the president to seriously launch an investigation so that the issues that took place today cannot repeat itself. Because if you don't do so, the worst will happen. We should not take it for granted. This is the country. The president is no longer the property of his family. It's the property of the Republic of Liberia. It bears the flag of the country. So his security should be the first. That's why he's the first citizen. So what took place today going to have a long-lasting effect.
Quickly.
And the way we are starting is not a good thing.
All right.
And, it's not a good thing for us.
You just got to chip this one in. Yes. Yes. Oscar?
Yes, Chris. So thank you that you were able to be swift to speak to that issue, because I was just driving, coming, and said I would have spoken about it. Interestingly, I heard you, speak to the issue. So I'd like to say thanks very much. I am equally concerned. I saw that. I was following Spoon when I saw it, but that wasn't as clear to me as I have seen it now. I got the video from a security friend of mine. And that was not just a mere greeting that individual went to greet the president. That was something intentional, because you could see him, his shoulder had his hand curved. That was exactly, an assault on the president. And like everyone has said,
in the full glare of his security.
That's the point. So the security allowed this man to infiltrate. We call that infiltration. The security was being infiltrated by this civilian, and this shows the weakness of the security. And you can be at that level, the Executive Protection Service around the president's security detail, and then you allow such a thing to happen. So this is not the first time. As a matter of fact, something similar happened before. We think that the guys around the president should be more robust. They should go through rigorous training, so as to protect the life of our president.
Thank you very much. James?
As for me, legally, I do not want to speak to that issues, because I have a legal backing. So I believe that I'm calling on the Justice Ministry to carry on speedy investigation. I don't want to temper with any discussion on that. It will not be fine for our country and hurting for our president.
The discussion, because we would delve into some legal stuff here as delivered by the president yesterday.
Yeah, we'll go through the legal means.
40 million. 40 million. No, I didn't mean 40 million. I meant 20 million. Maybe when we reach there, you will say based on legal stuff. We can start
for that, my president, for that, the trust I have in my president.
But do you know that a similar thing happened a month ago in South Korea? And that was not for the president though, but the major opposition figure when they were going to election. You had somebody who came from the back and stabbed the president with a knife. And the president dropped. So our security, they need to step out against.
Yes, even Macron, is it Macron or
Yeah,
Macron, Emmanuel Macron.
yeah, Macron. Somebody
threw a slip
yeah,
or a shoe or something.
him and he got wounded on the lip. Yeah. Okay. So now that we've exhausted that breaking news, let's come to, and I will start with Oscar, since Oscar got the energy since this morning. Let's look at the speech structurally first before we look at the content. People said it was short, concise, and lasted for 44 minutes. Oscar, you have any further interpretation or otherwise?
Definitely, Chris. Thank you for the opportunity. So, the speech delivered by His Excellency the President yesterday was a speech from a brave, mature, well-focused, and determined statesman. He delivered a speech that was well planned, and the issue about the State of the Nation address, it is not something that warrants, the president, whoever president it might be, standing for 3 full hours. No, it's not the number of hours that you stand for. It's about the substance, in the speech. And the speech was able to encapsulate everything that was needed to have been addressed. So yes, the president delivered a well-packaged speech yesterday, and I must say kudos to him for that, especially at his age. Standing for 44 to 45 minutes, reading without a reading glasses. You can think about it anyhow, but it shows that this president is prepared and he's in good health and is ready to hit the ground running as he has always said.
Okay, structurally, let's hear you, Abel.
So the speech was brilliantly read. As such speech does not
have to cover everything because it is an infantry speech. Especially taking over just in a week, you do not expect to have covered 100%. But what makes the speech better? The speech was concise, it was to the point, it has the ingredients, and what people wanted to have heard was heard. So the speech was brilliantly read. In fact, the writer of the speech must be commended for summarizing everything that needed to have been heard or needed to have been said by the president. And the president did not waste any time. The moment the anthem was done, he went into his speech, and people thought he would have even spent less than what he spent, because given what happened, they did not know that what happened on the inauguration was different from what took place over there. So the speech took into consideration the history of the inauguration. The speech also took into consideration where the country came from, and then where we are, and then where the country intends to go with the arrest, the agony for his agenda. So the president, Joseph Boakan's speech, anyone would tell me, I would term it as one of the best speeches, since his ascendancy as president. We all know what took place on the first day, but this one was brilliantly performed by our president because it dealt with health, it dealt with education, it dealt with the history of our country, it dealt with the human existence of our country, it dealt with the roads infrastructure, it dealt with agriculture. So everything was an infantry speech. So we are grateful that such a speech was given, just honor for the 5 minutes, like Oscar said. Somebody at age 79, you got 30-year-old people using glasses, and with no offense to them. Sometimes it's natural, some people it's hereditary, and some people, because of what they are involved with, has problem with your eyes. So our president, this is not the first time reading without reading glasses. Most of his speeches are read without reading glasses. Even on inauguration day, he did not wear glasses. So we are grateful that such miracle, so to speak, is given to somebody who has met all of the requirements that God laid down. He said 70 years. And therefore, he has gone 9 years as the DAS. He's going to go extra 50. So we want to see him at that age and give him wisdom. So we're grateful for such a brilliant, wonderful, magnificent speech.
Okay, Abel. So the lead moderator is taking a short break, but before he comes in, Mr. Wright from Attorney Law, right?
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about the structure of this speech that was delivered yesterday
As for me, it's not surprising. It's a bit surprising to people who do not know President Buckeye, but it's not surprising to me because I know that President Buckeye is a man who have the courage.
Yeah.
You have the courage. And this is why when Carrasco posted on his Facebook page that they should have a mini clinic at the level of the Capitol building, it was something that was laughable to Liberia. And if you really see the zeal of that speech, if you could give our president chance, he would go for hour. Like you have said, the speech was summarized by the president. And I think it is the message for which Liberia really want to listen to. But I push the point. You talk about agriculture, you talk about rules of law. So these are the things that we really want to listen to. And Liberian listening in numbers. And every corner you pass, people tell you that President Buckeye is now a joke. This man do not want to live in luxury. You can see him, you know he's a serious leader. You see the man's speech, you see the man physical appearance, you know the man's a serious leader. The man's now a joker. And the man never came to Liberia to joke.
Okay, let me just do this disclaimer. We made a public service announcement yesterday, and we needed a member of the CDC or member of the opposition to come and part of this. But no one opted to come. So the guys are having a wonderful time with this speech.
You know the reason they will not come. You know the reason they will not come.
Also, will look at it journalistically. Blackie will look at it legally. Our colleague there will do it.
You know the reason. I will start before Blackie then start. You know the reason they will not turn up.
Sorry?
You know the reason they will not turn up.
I'm not getting you.
You know the reason they will not turn up.
Okay.
The reason that they will not turn up, everything our president have said, that why they want to listen to, and they know it is the truth that they have said.
They said the left ain't getting me out. Why do people lie to Liberia? They think that our president, he's not a man who is accountable and getting me by the people. Everything that they have said is lying to us.
Okay, don't jump the gun. We'll go there. Don't jump the gun. Hello, don't jump the gun. We'll go there. All right. So Oscar will look at it journalistically. Since the father Oscar got a degree in international relations, which is not detached from a country's body politics. Oscar, the first and foremost thing the president said, he reminded, let me get my pointers. I'm in a chat room, as announced on ELBC this morning. I'm in a chat room. We managed to reduce the 44-minute speech into several pointers. This chat room, we are not going to tell the chat the name. But you hear the name, you say, well, okay, here we are. Here we are. Bullet point from JNB First Sonar. Full implementation of Local Government Act of 2018 through the utilization of the county service centers and revenue sharing between the local and central government. Oscar, why are you coming in? I'm a living witness. Ellen Johnson SELLEE left all these centers intact. Today, my aunt had to travel from Kakata to not Kakata, Vonjama to come here to do a birth certificate, and before she can do her passport, she and her husband, right? Those centers were meant for that. The president, Joe Barker, said these centers will have to be revitalized. Everybody knows they've all broken down. Everybody knows that. They're all broken down. So, Oscar, let's drill us into the significance of that portion of the speech.
Chris, it is very important because, like you earlier said, the administration of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did start the decentralization of the local government, especially when it came to the aspect of this whole thing about one-stop shop where you can come to a particular county service center and be able to get. But the question now is, how vibrant was it? So in order to enforce it and make the people to understand that they are a part of the government, His Excellency the President has ensured or is thinking about ensuring that the local government can have an impact, a trickle down effect on the lives of the people. And we saw that even for the inauguration. He is the people's president. He's people centered, and that's why he's intending to ensure that the people feel the very essence and presence of their government. And like he said, we are hoping that the legislature or the three branches of government can be able to work in consonance with the president to ensure that whatever the agenda of the president is, especially when it comes to local government, they can be able to ensure that that is fulfilled so that the people feel a part. Monrovia is very congested. So once you have the government being decentralized, you have services being provided for the people at the local level. There's no need for people to come here, pay their way, and then they have to be running up and down just to get one director to sign or to get one minister to sign. It's a lot of burden for our people. So yes, I think that is in a right direction. And from a journalistic point of view, I think it will help ease the tension, financial spending of the people.
Excellent. 2 minutes. Abel, let me come to you. Do you don't be afraid to disagree with President Bouakai. If there is any, if God wants to bless you with any position, it will come. It should not be tied to this. But please hold on now. Yeah, hold on. Don't rush. So you got anything different from what Oscar just
commend this president because he was vice president when these things were set up. He was vice president when all of these things were set up. And I can remember in Grand Gila, in Grand Crew, in River G, and in Maryland, I was part of the delegation that inaugurated No County Service Center. You cannot tell me somebody will have to leave from Zedru, Zulu Whiskey, to come to Monrovia for a driver license. It's wrong. And when you're talking about government of the people, by the people, you're talking about the people who elected the governors. You cannot elect the governors and then those who elected the governors keep suffering. So the essence or the reasons for the county service center was to give services to people. You're talking about marriage certificates. Somebody getting married, they should come to the Ministry of Internal Affairs from Wayfoya, Lufa County. If you are paying $5,000 Liberian dollar to come and 5,000 go to 10,000 besides what you will eat. If you do not have relatives in Monrovia, you have to sleep in a hotel or a guest house. So imagine you must come with $200 just to spend $80 for a certificate. That was troubling for the people. So Ellen Johnson Sirleaf then, and then vice president then, and now president sat down and said, look, our people need to benefit. We must decentralize, meaning we should take government to the people. And that was excellently done. When President Weah came, the thing was taken back to the septic tank. They broke everything down. And that was one of the reasons why the Liberian people sacked President Weah and his group of people that broke all of those systems down. When you talk about decentralization, you're talking about the people. And if the people who you are governing cannot feel your presence, cannot feel what they are or what they elected you for, there should be no government. You sign a social contract. And that was one of the best way to give back to the people, not to allow them leave from Foya, Bongonima, Grand Kidman County to come to the one Monrovia. Monrovia is not Liberia. So in actuality, President Bouakai, then vice president, did not just see the need now. The need was seen before becoming president. So you see, when we're talking about wisdom and leadership.
Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, 2 minutes. Abel Plaki, agree with Oscar in the implementation of the local government act. Let me come to the lawyer, Anthony James. It sounds like this is going to support the constitutional provision. Let Madeleine read that. Mm-hmm. Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution.
All power is inherent in the people. All free governments are instituted by the authority and for their benefit, and they have the right to alter and reform the same when their safety and happiness so required.
So let's underscore all power is inherent in the people. The people are the ones outside of government, central government. They find themselves most of the time outside. But the president is saying, well, they should have a say. That is, they should form part of the government with a detachment called local government. Besides that, revenue sharing. If you raise 50 million, for example, my evergreen Lofa County, how much should come to Lofa administration for county development? This way, in my opinion, we are moving in support of this constitutional provision. Let's hear you, James. Oh man, wait, because you see me praise Lofa, and so you want to be praise Cape Mount here. Yeah, man.
My uncle called me and he was so excited by acknowledging, his brothers and sisters that, our government is coming to us. This is a Liberian people government. And I believe that constitutionally, everybody should taste the tasting and getting or 10 fresh of the government. Today, Boga is telling us that local government should be respected. That law should be respected. And Ebe and Makoli have said, no need for people to come from Grand Cape County to do birth certificate. No need for them to do marital certificate. So why are you taking the people? Look at the cost. From Cape Town here, you might take it to be like, something that is not costly. But from Cape Town, for my own time, Vonzon, I am from Vonzon, very beautiful time that I have 600 and 12 horses. The most educated people in that particular time. We are not talking to people who can write. We believe in writing and other activities. But to tell you that we stand for the cause today, we supported this agenda because we believe in President Boga. We know that he respects the rules of law, and he has proven to us on the basis of his speech.
Okay. There's no disagreement, and the guys are having a wonderful time. And no checkpoint. They're moving with excessive speed because there are no one opted to come from the opposition, and that can stop this discussion. You already know me. Not because he. Yeah, but Oscar journalistic view will not be too. Okay, so let's come to this one. Training of 10,000 youth in the first half of 2024 with digital skill. 10,000 youth in the first half. That means 6 months. 6 months. Mr. Barker, President Barker, has placed himself on the Breshing burner. People will keep checking until the 6 months expired. Already, the independent newspaper of same day is publishing the countdown of the 90-day deliverables. Here we have 10,000 young people to be trained in digital computerized system. And many people, like somebody told me yesterday, out of almost 2 million, 3 million people, young people, were 10,000 for 6 months. James, get a ball rolling from this point.
Clear. And I believe that the president spoke excellently because it's just clear. You got 15 Polytechnic, which is the decentralization of the University of Liberia. If you would train 10,000 youth for them to obtain computer skill, you just carry to the high schools and will invest that in a high school, a very university, government university. And I believe that he will achieve the goal in 6 months' time. 6 months in a year time, you'll be getting 20,000. And you calculate in the 6 years, you'll be going up to the middle. You're talking about the 3 or 4 million or 5 million you're talking about. So I believe we will achieve that soon as possible. And we're working on that. That is a policy that was established before even he make the pronouncement. Thank you.
Abel, 2 minutes.
Like one of the things that was missing in the speech, the president did not tell how, but we know there are line ministries and agencies responsible, especially the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Look, all of the vocational training centers under President Weah got broken down. The Tumutu, the Clay, and all of these things got broken down as far as the one in Sano County. The president, being not just a president, as a father, knew exactly that without the young people, there can be no Liberia. Toba said the young people are the precious jewel of any nation, particularly Liberia. To give skills to young people is not just important, but is very, very important. Not just any skill. The president said various digital skills. So you need these people. Look at the number of people that are riding motorbike. There's no future for our country. All of the schools you have, male, they are dropping out of the going to gold mine or they ride motorbike. And riding a motorbike is not a bad thing, but it is not giving them skill. It is for the deteriorating them because they even ride a motorbike without protection. No protective gear, no helmet, nothing on your eyes to cover your eyes so the particle from the ground keep going in your eye. And in the future, you'll see the experience river blindness. So President Boakai thinks and feels that the young people, they also have a role to play in our country. And the way to bring the young people to take over from the old people is to give them skills. So Boakai thinks the first set of young people is not just going to be 10,000 only. He said in the first half, that shows that there will be other opportunities. So the first half, he talked about digital skill. How many of our schools got computer literacy program? Besides Monrovia, I don't know whether any other county, even in Monrovia, you don't find more than 10 schools. But when you hear the school fees of some of those schools, it can even buy your car. You understand? So the president was very right to have incited in his speech talking about giving young people skill. You listen to the young people this morning on different radio stations. Even when you guys were on EOBC, were following. Some of the young people that called, they were happy as per that portion. 10,000 is a drop in the bucket, but it's better than zero. We did not see it. We witnessed the youth sport receiving 13 million, committing themselves to 13 million during the regime of former President Weah. When we talk about taking the young people from the streets, you talk about at-risk youth. We did not see that being actualized. What we want to see under President Boakai, it is the actualization of the statements, those policy statements that were made. We know the line ministries and agencies that are responsible will take you, the Vocational Training Center, and the Ministry of Youth and Sport. But we think this is a profound statement, and this statement has met our approval, and we want to even see more. 10,000 young person, different digital skills is worth commendation, and we are very grateful for that.
Oscar, and I don't know whether anyway, let me move on to Oscar. I thought I could easily say you and Oscar are fun within that bracket, the 10,000 young people. Yeah, whether yeah. Yeah. I just pulling my uncle's leg. Yeah. Yes. Okay, all right. This is State of the Nation. It's I'm coming. Let me just do my transition. The State of the Nation. I have with me three young Liberian, brilliant minds. Three of Liberia's brilliant minds. I meant to say. We are looking into the president's speech delivered yesterday. The annual message, and this is State of the Nation, and this will take us up to 5 o'clock. This discussion, but at 4 o'clock we'll take a break, and then hear from the callers, the first segment of the discussion. Then we continue Then before 5 o'clock, we take another break to make it interactive. Yes, Oscar, um, your colleagues just said welcome in and they see the possibility. You see impossibility or possibility. Don't be like somebody that know Liberia has 5 million official population, but they've trained 28 million people out of poverty. Eh?
So this is how I'm going to attack that point. First of all, there's an adage that says, uh, the an adult mind is the devil's workshop. I guess you know that saying, that famous saying, that an adult's mind is the devil's workshop. So once you have people who are less busy and not doing anything, they tend to get involved in all sorts of immoral things and things that are inimical to the norms and customs of our society. Besides that, as a president of a nation, that person, especially a male, you are the father of the nation. And one of the things that makes a responsible parent is the fact that you are able to cater to the future of your children. If you were growing up, in an impoverished situation, you struggle to go to school and earn your ends meet. You don't want your child or your children to follow said path. So this is how I see the president's statement about empowering 10,000 young people in information communication technology (ICT) as a father who is concerned about empowering his children. This is how I look at it, that he's concerned about the future of the young people, because remember, the young people of this nation make up one third of the nation's population, as per the latest own statistics. So it is very important to invest in the young people, and specifically looking at the issue about ICT. You know, and I know, and many Liberians who are listening and watching us know that uh, the world is now moving into technology. That's why you have the e-banking, you have the e-marketing. So once you are able to train is a sample size of your population, the young people, into technology, it brings about lots of dividends, to the country in terms of development. However, I want to deviate from my colleagues a little bit to stress on the point that it is beautiful that the president will speak to most of these things. We saw it in the former president when he also talked about some 10,000 teachers who are going to come from 6,000 teachers who are going to come from that you want to train young people, especially in the first half of 2024, training 10,000 people. He could have that plan to roll it out. But the president must also exercise oversight, because once you delegate the responsibility to people, we don't want to see a situation where in Abel, for an example, will be taxed with that responsibility to do the recruitment. What's the metrics, first of all, that's going to be used to recruit the 10,000 people? We want to know. Besides that, how are these people going to be recruited? So we don't have Abel bringing his family people, and putting them in the system to benefit, when it should actually be going down to the ordinary people. There are people, just like the COVID relief stuff that we saw here. There was money and rations that were available for our young people, but we saw a lot of other people pocketing it. People who were well off, well to do, who could cater to themselves, were also considering themselves as destitutes, and things like that. So the food, the money, and other relief items could not reach to the people who were really affected. So we want to ensure that if the president is intentional about this, he has to designate people who are credible, who have the integrity, and also not to just give out the responsibility, but make sure that he monitors or he supervises to ensure that the common people, the ordinary people, benefit from what he has just stated. That's what I want to emphasize.
Okay, this is State of the Nation. 15 minutes are up to 4 o'clock. Let's do this one before we open the lines, and I'm sure it's going to generate public concern. As part of it, we got yes.
Joseph Boakai is an individual who reneged on promises, and I give you several indications. Joseph Boakai promised the people, President Boakai, but then Vice President promised the people of River says, he promised a ferry, and he did that. He did that. Very good. So he did that. Joseph Boakai, our president, our brand new president, our black president, will not speak something and does not fulfill that. Besides, the Ministry of Youth and Sport has jurisdiction over this matter. And we can assure you and show the public, with Kobangalo being confirmed, he will implement this because, like you said, we saw with the COVID, we saw with other things, there are two different dispensations. President Weah is different from President Joseph Boakai. In different ways, they will not be compatible.
Yeah, but let me say something. You guys are presenting the president like that
like a superhuman.
Yes, like a superhuman, and I think we should leave space for disappointment because he's human being. He will make a lot of mistakes, and it takes me back now to one of your alliance members, Mr. Amarakone, who said, manage your expectations, right? We're not going to say, like for me, I sit here and always build the expectations of Liberians and say, this man, because of his Asian experience, he has a lot to bring to the table. But you guys gotta be careful because you're making him look like superhuman, like Liberia is going to be like heaven on earth, and it takes time.
To be everywhere at the same time.
Okay, so that is the point. Mm-hmm. Exactly, and that is the point.
Yeah.
And Oscar, and this is the point. This is the point. If I were Bangalu, Minister Designated Youth and Sports, I'm going to jot down this point that the president promised. And the president is not leaving his executive mansion and come down to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, say, young people, you're staying in the line, coming in. No, the Ministry of Youth and Sports is going to be held accountable for this one. And it will behoove any minister or preferred official, even though not confirmed yet, but to take note that when I'm confirmed this point, I think the president is talking to me. For example, the drug issue that we're coming to. He said he availed himself, he and his vice president, for drug tests. You think who's supposed to enforce this one? The DEA. Already I got a voice here of the director of the DEA warning drug users and importers, sellers as well. So he hit the ground running already, even though not confirmed. So this is a voice that I want us to listen to that is going to drive this segment of fight against drug. Courtesy to anti-drug on State of the Nation.
Looking at the increase, you think how it affected the young people in the country? Bro, similar example like me, bro, I think very affected me, bro. I don't like say, what the made that in that table that I plan, when we table, I'll take my work. So now they won't take it, so they say, just say, we say, we got to take a work fee fund. So now, but you know, right now, whoever that doubt to it, so we can live in the world. Yeah, so now know why all impact. Those involved in it, are they only young people or the other folks are also there? Bro, from a blind, I don't lie. You got grew up men, young girls, everybody there. I don't lie. I said you plenty of bro, you can't see that you feel cool. Yo, too enough. I don't lie there. So you think how they can put into the entire drug issue, bro? I gotta call the government and then see what to do. Because we put in a get for in the country. Yeah, look like I already get for in the country.
Okay, are victims and drug users to be specific. We put it that way. So here is Ibrahim Kumar. If the president availed himself with his vice president to do drug tests, why you think Ibrahim Kroman and others should do? Because the president said, and I encourage my officials, Oscar and I, with Tatos agreed this morning that it should not be a matter of encouragement, a matter of
like,
mandate.
yes.
And Abel, let's hear you on this one.
The president said, I will avail myself, right? There's drugs here, and I like the way he posted. When he said, I am declaring drugs and other substances, other harmful substances as national emergency. This is very good. It's very, very good for us because we are losing out on the whole generation. You just playing an interview. This is just 1% of what is taking place in our country. And if nothing is done under Joseph Boakai, if this is solved, we will be very happy because almost all of the homes are affected. No family in Liberia that is not affected. Either your cousin, your brother, your nephew, your sister, or somebody from the family is affected. The issue of drugs should be taken very serious. The education. Education is a right and is not a privilege. So the issue about eradicating or minimizing drugs should not be a right. It should not be a privilege. It should be a right because children are being damaged. And everything, the issue of drugs should be left with just certain people. Very soon or later, we'll not be driving our own cars. We will not go certain places because we'll be hijacked. We will not go to certain places because the people under the influence of drugs are increasing in their number. They used to be on Broad Street. Today, they are in Foya. They are in Grand Gila. They are in Sano. They are in River G. They are everywhere. So the president making mention about availing himself along with his vice president to take drugs tests is commendable, and they should go beyond that. I think the issue of drugs should not just be rating the people who are the end user. Strategic analysis or strategic reason or strategic posture should be given or should be placed on those who are bringing it in the country. Those who are bringing it in the country, they should be dealt with harshly than those who are taking it. Because if it is not brought, you will not take it. So the president should not just say, one of the things that were also amazing in the speech, the president did not show when they're going to take the drug test. We thought the president would have said the following Monday. And I don't know whether we even have equipment in this country that can do the drugs test. But I think the drugs that were captured at the arrested rather at the Rabat International Airport and there were tests conducted. I'm sure that we have some equipment here to.
It will be sustainable. I think it will give you result.
Confiscated by the national security. They were tested. They got a testing lab. So we want the president to say, look, in the next 2 weeks or in the next 1 month, and that will be carried by the media. And that will send a signal. Any leader or official of government that will reject that day should be dismissed, not even suspended, because it means you are encouraging drugs. And we are very, very certain that with the president mandate, with his services being offered to conduct a drug test, Liberia is moving somewhere. And we are very sure of that.
Yeah, you what's that? Want to come in? Yeah. Okay.
It is clear that President Joseph Yuman Boakai, His Excellency, has a vision for transformation for this country. Like he has said, he wants to rescue this country because the country has been in devastation or every fabric of the society has been broken. So he wants to, together with a team, to ensure that the country can be rescued and there can be some rebuilding of our national infrastructures and systems. However, it is an open secret, Madeline, and to my colleagues here on the panel, that the president is, is an aged person. He's old.
Mm-hmm.
So some things that you will want to do, you might not have the energy, to be able to do that. And that will boil down to those who are around the president, the lieutenants of the president. Now, we don't want a situation where the president has a particular vision, for the country, because normally I see he posts every time about this church, so I know you know this, that there are vision barriers and there are vision carriers. So somebody can bear the vision, but you need people around you who will understand the vision and run with the vision. But if the president and those who the president is imposing his trust, if they are not, running with the vision of the president, that would be an issue. All of these things that we're talking about would not be actualized because they don't have the vision of the country. Because at the moment, Madeline, what I sense is that everyone is in a hyper state. You know, everyone is excited. Everything people want to say things that will be mind blowing. That will carry the people. These beautiful speeches. These are good things, but the implementation. Now, the issue about fighting drugs is not something easy because number one is it is a business that comes with a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So those who are even going to be the frontliners, for example, we talk about the elderly, right? In order to ensure that these people, will be rigorous and effectively and efficiently perform their responsibilities, that means that we must start to think about paying our security people, you know, an amount that will cater to their needs. Because if you are not paying a security man, especially somebody who's fighting drugs,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not paying him and someone is smuggling drugs into the country, there's a likelihood that that person will sit and say, that thing what happened or whatever, fighting drugs, that means supposed to allow, yeah, that means to allow the 20 million or the 10,000, the other one part. I mean, when it reach to my bosses, I'll be silent. So all of these things, how robust are we? Now, I heard somebody also talk about even the DA people, they themselves should go in line with doing the just tax. I believe that, and I want to champion that because even though in the past regime, there were reports, and even the DA as an agency said, alluded to that, that some DA officers were caught, in the act, they were caught with drugs. So we need to ensure that's what the president, yes, thankfully he has said he and his vice president will take the lead, but let it not be something to say you encourage. As we said on state radio this morning, it should be mandatory that all of your cabinet officials will be able to go through the drugs test, give a timing. The president had earlier said that he would declare his asset. Some of his critics are running with that. He has not declared his assets. He has been 1 week, 1 day. He has not declared his assets. We know it's still early, but the fact that he said he would declare upon taking office, so he should be doing that. Now you say you would take justice. Everyone is clapping and we are all celebrating. But when are you going
Yes,
to do the
when?
justice?
Yeah.
And when you do the justice, and those if Oscar is found positive, what is going to be the reprimand? What action are you going to take? Like for example, I would say for a fact the armed forces of Liberia. I know that the armed forces of Liberia has a zero drug tolerance. Now, if you are caught, if you are an enlisted officer, and you are caught, under the abuse of drugs, illicit drugs, you are kicked out of the army. There's no compromise on that. You are kicked out of the army. If you are a recruit and then you are being tested and found positive of drugs, you do not enter the military. So while it is true we have declared it a national public health emergency, we must also attach most of these things that need to be attached to them. We cannot say it is a national public health emergency. There's a difference. It might seem, the same, but there's a difference between a national public health emergency as compared to a national security emergency. We should declare drugs as a national security emergency because, like Adel said, it is ravaging our country. The young people are no longer afraid, as I said on ELBC. Once they take in the push and the whatever, I was listening to your clip. They were naming the different kinds of drugs. These guys get very brave. They get very brave. They are not even security people. They are not afraid of security people. One more about you and myself as ordinary people. So we should declare as a national security emergency, and that would mean that we will also attach some strings to that. Instead of just leaving it as public health emergency and leaving it as a floodgate where anybody can just do anything. The code of conduct, they said before you take on office, you should sign the code of conduct. Are we doing that? No. So the same way with the drug test, before you take on office, like Abel now want to go to the place I know that you won't go. So you go there, you should. I know the place, but I don't see a problem here.
So yeah. So before
you must take the drug test. I think President Waka should attach date.
Yes.
To it, and then say what would be the punishment.
Okay, so before Anthony Wright comes in, the same thing with the COVID test during the COVID-19 2019 2020, right? When everyone was calling on the president to go and do a test and should do it publicly. So it will encourage other. I can remember the vice president at the time. I can remember Ambassador Boyka. I can remember other top officials because that's what I'm saying. Everyone was calling upon him to do it, and he did not do it. So because of that, people had no confidence.
The chief of staff of the armed forces of Liberia, remember, he was the first, who talked about the. He called on public officials to. So
you mean the drug or COVID at the time?
Yeah, the general.
Wait, Oscar, are you talking about the COVID or the drug?
No, the drugs.
The drug test, right? So yeah, I mean the leader takes the lead, like what the president says. So we look forward for the time, at least a time bound should be attached to it. So so Mr. Wright.
To his lieutenants. The president confided in Miata family, and we know what happening with the
yes,
money now.
Yeah.
So that's why we're saying we should not make this president. We want the president to succeed. We want to put the president to. My good friend, we are not saying that she's born.
She's a head.
Is that there is a news of corruption. There's a news of misappropriation, and these are the very people that we're talking about that the president will have to work through. So if these people who the president will be bringing around to work to ensure that most of these policy statements that he has made, will be fully implemented, these people must also go with the vision as the president, and they must not do business as usual.
Oscar, Joe Biden, our president said no means one official will be the.
Yeah, he said.
You know that, so he's very serious about it. The issue of water formula is two ways. The outgoing government is also responsible.
They are.
The money in time.
Abel, for everything that happened over the 6 years, you hold president, we are responsible. For everything that went on during the 6 years, you hold president, we are, and call him incompetent and so forth. So no, because we will hold a leader. We will hold a leader responsible. So whoever, the idea of shifting blame, I don't think we.
And I want to say this to people.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
That I want him to all the people that in all the officers that in the DEA, first of all, they need to reapply. Because I'm telling you, both of these guys, they are just take off. You can see them. They will be real. They will be real on this show. Both of them are just.
The lawyer opening up now.
I will open it.
But yeah, yeah. Oh, that's too harsh. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think he should be the third person. Yeah, after the president, the vice president. Yeah, everyone will follow suit, but I think he should be the chief. The chief should be the third person. It should be my dictator.
The president saying encouraging. So instead leaving it open, every command could choose. See what happened now with Patrick Sulu. See what happened with Patrick Sulu. Patrick Sulu did not declare his asset to LACC. Because the president, the former president, left it open. LACC left it open. So that's what we're saying. So if President Barker wants to be intentional and very serious about this thing, he shouldn't say I encourage. Don't sugarcoat the thing. Don't sugarcoat it.
Mm-hmm. Oscar just talked about it. So mm-hmm. And give more incentives, attractive salary.
The Quran, the Holy Quran, hello, the Holy Quran says when someone works for you, don't let their sweat to dry off. That means when they work, you should pay them. I don't know about your Bible. I'll tell you about my Quran. Yeah. So if a man works for you, don't let his sweat dry off. What? No, we're not here at Robert School yet. So are you trying to tell you? Are you trying to tell you? That's why the Quran said you are not disagree on our own. All right, so let's open the line quickly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But even if you are fasting, according to the Bible, if you are owing someone, you have to pay. Yes, if you cannot be fasting and owing some.
All right, so let's take calls.
Talking about if Yeah, because even people who work with you, people who it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible.
The God of justice. Let's take calls 077-5144-278. This will take us up to 20 minutes after 4 o'clock. Then we'll continue with pointers from the speech. This caller is on the line. Magdalene will manage his calls. Hello.
Good afternoon, Chris, and let me say good afternoon to your panelists.
Yes, sir.
This is Daniel Johnson from Hardwell Fires. Chris, let me say thank you to your panelists and thank you for initiating the debate. You see, the issue of drugs is now a busy thing in our country, and there's where now even we, the citizens, need to get involved because where the people get in various ghettos, they are there. So we should not be hiding information from the security. We should get involved. And quickly, the issue of the 10,000 young people receiving the digital training. For me, I would love for the president to give a survey as to how this process will go on. If government school will be well equipped with a lot of computers, and then we can monitor it, and then be able to monitor the government school. But I would love for the president
to tell us how.
Be particularly clear on that.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Thanks for placing your call. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sis Madeline.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Let me say good afternoon to Uncle Chris and to your three studio guests. My name is Aloysius B. Fumo Jr., and I form in this Austin Lower Miami County, precisely District 2.
1 minute go.
Let me commend your studio discussion, most especially alluding to the fact that this particular state of the nation, I mean, the first solar address from President Puakai needs some level of maybe critical look at from the angle of we the citizenry. And I think the speech or the statement, the State of the Nation address from the president is welcoming. But like I've been saying, my point of argument here is the implementation of what all been said. Like some of those discussions said, Uncle Chris, if you look at the issue that has to do with drugs proliferation in our country, most especially from the angle of the young people, this is something that needs an expedition redress.
Okay, redress. Chief, let me hold you right there. Thank you so much. Let's take another call quickly. Hello.
Magdalene, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Who's speaking?
This is Louis.
Who? Oh yeah, quickly.
Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to your guests. I think they spoke lengthily. And I want to equally agree with Big Brother Flaky when he said that the president's speech is those people from the other side are saying it is that waiting. I mean, he did not carry a whole lot of pages to the legislature to present his annual address. But this Madeline, what we can safely say is that thankfully they are not saying the president's speech was not something that was fruitful. It was very much fruitful because in the president's speech, the president summarizes all of those things that are affecting the country. Look, this Madeline, the president spoke on the issue of education. The president spoke on the issue of health. The president even spoke on this issue of drugs that we all are talking about, and he declared the issue of drugs as an emergency. So I think what we should be cardinal of this Madeline is to see how we can keep the president's feet to the fire.
Very good.
To ensure that these things are implemented.
Okay.
That's the thing we should be discussing.
Thank you, Chief. Thanks for placing your call. Have a care.
Good afternoon, Madeline.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to all the folks in the studio there. My name is Harpo B. Care, calling from Duburo Shara. And so I want to say that the speech of the president was unique and to the point. It is not the long speeches that former president or other presidents have made across the world that will make an impact, but the implementation thereof of those speeches is quite important.
Okay.
So let us wait and see those things the president have said. They will implement, or he will implement them.
Okay.
They will come to fruition.
Okay.
Secondly, yes, just with Madeline. Secondly, is there are hanging fruits I see from the president's pronouncement. He talked about asset declaration that is still hanging. He talked about the talks text. Let there be timeline
for all ministers to do the drugs test and the asset declaration. They should not be painting foot. Then we'll know he's serious. Thank you very much.
Okay, 7 benefits of listening. Hello. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to Uncle Chris. My name is Joe Kamu. I joined this afternoon to my comfort zone in Lower Matidi County. Just Madeline, let me appreciate your panelists for their spirit deliberation. And for all indication, if I was reading them, it's go 100 over 100 because for all indications, they well. And let me join them to call on the government and to call on the president-elect. There are a lot of statements that he made, and some of us will believe in his stewardship. And we believe that the implementation aspect is what we're looking onto, and we will impose it because of the background. So let me join them to advocate and call on the president to see how best he can say what to include the lieutenant that he encourage that one word I listen to people outside and he talk about that he want to encourage. If they should not give an encouragement, it should be a law. Every one of them passing the rank and file of the judge because some of us we are living in our community. We have been terrorized by these young people. Even though we are young, but we have been terrorized by them. So we are encouraging every one of them to see how best to join the president to do the job. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Chief. Hello.
Yeah, hello, just Madeline.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. But what I think is that this is our coming our journey and bring that market.
Yeah.
Just Madeline, I'm listening to your video clips and they are explaining to the Baga speech delivered yesterday. I think to the Baga and no guys, they are making mockery out of the young school. Just Madeline, when to the Baga real now that he's not putting this country in opportunities. Like in the past, he's the same person who said before war, the whole war, that he and followers one not opportunity and they are seeing people that come here along with him. He is what he is doing. He is explaining everything to her at the DA, from the DA, I can get a DA, the not form for somebody who has not worked in the DA to them about them. But then, Madam, you are not representation. Somebody who has not even worked as news director, I think it's your funny news director.
So what's her name?
What's her name again?
How I just need to relax your emotions and some of these points you raised, the worth counter checking, but it will just be good if you address the president with respect. I know you wouldn't allow your former master to be addressed like that. Please.
Chief. Yeah, hello. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Let me say good afternoon to the right of the panelists. My name is Kweru William Kukade, and I joined this conversation from District 3. Let me appreciate all of you. You know, as relates to your issue on the security of our president, you see, there's no recommendation against the government. That, you know, one of the nominees that you are nominated to the bureau position, I think the executive needs to steer up out of the House of Senate. They need to speed up regarding the security area to confirm all of the security appointments, like the especially GPS, right? Because we were here when we saw EPS personnel wearing party paraphernalia. So these guys were the two people that stay around the GRP. Upon the confirmation of the new EPS boss, he will try to put things in place to restructure people as to who come around the executive or that. But on that then, there's somebody staying in the system controlling the guys somewhere it relates to their deployment. So these are the same EPS officers who we saw wearing CDC t-shirts stay around the movement. So for me, I'm suggesting that let us speed it up with confirmation of Sengi so that he can start to put things in place that our president can be highly protected by us. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah. How many more questions? Still
yes, so yes, 20.
Okay. Hello? Just a second. Oh my God. Okay. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Matoni, elementary. Good evening to our studio guests. Well, I'm Rob C.F. Joseph. I join you from district number 5, Monterey County. Yeah, let me humbly appreciate my dear brothers in the studio. You also great for respecting that column.
No, I didn't restrict him. He landed. I just needed to disabuse his mind. I noticed anger in his voice. I know he's one of those who hasn't accepted the results of the election, but we have to move on.
My brother in the studio, if you have chance or if you can meet Waka, our president, please let him know that the world crack vote, the economic crack vote, you shouldn't forget about it. This is why the great people voted him for. That's one. Two, the performances of the security system yesterday at the capital of the radio, very poor, brother. Yeah, so you guys need to do everything, something that you can put on control quickly because it is embarrassing. Yeah, you can't treat president that way.
No. What are you referring to happened today at the graduation ceremony? Not yesterday.
You mean the video we're talking about? What happened today?
Yes.
No,
not yesterday.
At the graduation ceremony. That yesterday we haven't received anything of such, but this happened at the UMU graduation convocation.
So, to the Liberian people, we believe that some of us voting for Banke. I want to regular follow on this talk show here. Yeah, Banke is an enemy man, and someone who has lived the level of government in the government system. That means that you are working for both private
okay, Chief. All right.
I think to make mistakes. So, don't want the man and give you a chance. I feel like I don't know. Thanks so much.
All right, Chief. Thanks for placing your call as well. Hello.
Last caller.
Yes, sir.
Let me say hi to Uncle Chris. Let me say hi to my uncle in the Black Institute. This is DJ Lumet. My uncle is just short. Saying like people running around who the speech were not long. For me, I want long speech. I want the implementation. This time around, I only ask the woman what I do. Just speak for 15 minutes and implement what he would say in the speech. I talk for 10 hours, 14 hours down my business. Just for 15 minutes and implement what in the speech. They like people look at it to see why you talk for 3-4 hours and don't implement nothing. They to talk for 15 minutes and implement what you say. Thank you for holding me time.
Okay. All right. I beg you, please. Let me take the last caller. Hello. No. Okay.
All right. So we will hold on. Let the guys try to address some of your concerns raised. We just needed to. And this is the platform. This platform is not where, like other platform that I know of, where they throw insult at leaders, irrespective of who you are. Then you let go. No, this is not a place. This place, where you say something, be intellectual. Be intellectual, right? Yeah, I noticed the anger in the young man's voice. I don't know how old is he, but I don't think he's older than me. So let me come to you. Across again, we start with Oscar. Did the callers tell you anything different? It's like everybody is dancing to the gallery, man. I haven't seen, disagreement except for this caller, the last caller that I was just trying to correct.
I said it to the Liberian people this morning when we were all on the state broadcaster that Liberians made a determination. They made a choice to elect President Joseph Yeman Boakai, a noble statesman, an elderly man. And, with all the politics, forget about what all people are saying about the country is divided, the fact that Boakai just won with 20,000 votes. Whether the man be you or one vote, the man be you. That democracy here, we run a multi-party, democracy. So you will not expect for everybody to vote for a particular side. So I don't know why some of our colleagues appreciate that. So the fact that the vast majority of the Liberian people decided to vote Ambassador Boakai, you obviously see that they will give him their support, and that is evident by the fact that you see, the city cleanliness. That is one thing I really want to give out to the people. You drive all across down the streets, you see our streets are very clean. We hope that we can be able to bring back the former European Union ambassador, who will now say our city is clean. So I'm saying this simply to tell you that this is the people's president. And I am of the conviction that they're going to do everything possible to defend and protect the president. So I'm not surprised that the people are all in support for what we are saying here, especially from the political standpoint from our man Abel Blackhill.
Oh God. But I think we are grateful for the callers. This is participatory democracy, and we want to thank the callers. Let's keep moving our country forward. Let's disagree to agree. Let's speak when it is necessary to speak. I want to thank the lone caller who was going off track. I like to say I think he was speaking out of ignorance. He was trying to cite the IT creating the DA, but he did not even mention who told him so. Let you go back and see, But again, our country is moving forward, and we think we should continue like this because the people wanted a change, and you could see that on the faces of the people in October. In fact, after 3 years, when our former president was dancing booga and referring to people as enemy of the state, and racketeers, the president made more music than he built schools. Some of the
Let's move forward now. Now, why you move it? Yeah. Hey, Abel.
In an elderly state man who knows the issue, somebody who been there. And a lot of people don't know 40 years in government is different from 40 years of public service. That means he did not just work in government. So people say, oh, the man worked 40 years in government. Oh, 40 years of public service is different from 40 years in government. So President Joseph Boaga did not work 40 years in government, but 40 years of public service, meaning in different areas in our country, including the YMCA, Bochia, Star Radio, different areas in work. So we're just happy that we have our loving father, our president. We know he does not have all of the wisdom. That's why we are.
I don't think you to analyze this speech here now. You are waging praises on it. Our loving father. You better talk about this speech here. Let's move on. Wake up, our loving father.
Loving father.
30 seconds, and I hear a lot of people say the non-president, did admit that opportunities were squandered. I don't know, when I hear Liberians, speak to such a thing, I'm like, so what kind of people do we want to project ourselves? Are we saying that we want to be comfortable and make life as something that is a culture, something that is normal? So somebody admits that opportunities were squandered, and then you have issues. So the same way with DeLong. DeLong went to the legislature and said, well, we'll be able to do this. He started fighting. But by the time he started sleeping, everybody started. So why we can't help the people to come out and bring about the necessary changes? So I don't see why people should have issue with former vice president, non-president Joseph Boaga saying this kind of opportunity, and like the Anthony and Lloyd said, the fact that you were part of a system that was spoiled, it behooves you now to fix the system. So if you knew that you had opportunities and you were vice president, a nominal position. Now that you are the first citizen, you are seated at the level of the presidency, let's watch and see the president, that he's going to implement most of these things. He knows the loopholes, and let's see how he's going to address most of these challenges.
Okay, so there are claims and counterclaims. James, you will take us from here on what was left in the coffers at the central bank consolidated account. President Weah, former President Weah, said he's leaving $40 million. And at his first State of the Nation address, President Boaga differed and gave contrary to what President Weah said. Instead of 40, President Boaga is telling us 20. In fact, as a matter of fact, as we speak, I'm reading from RCR newsroom that the House of Representatives has summoned the central bank governor to come and clear these claims and counterclaims. And it is only our hope that this kind of a summoning and section, question and answer should not be executive section, closed door. Like it used to be. There has to be open. Since this government came on the matter, and it's not only the executive, they came on the matter of transparency and accountability. This money belongs to the Liberian people. Liberian people want to know how much was left, who's telling what, and it is only good for the central bank governor to appear publicly so that we ourselves can hear. But James, can we say The president said, the outgoing president said he's leaving the country in a very stable economy. The current president said no, the country is not what we desire. Much needs to be done, and we all have to work to turn the table around. Economically, where do we stand?
The first and foremost thing is that I think for everyone Liberian, it just clear. Everything that our ex-president, we are them, what he has said, it's just fallacy. He lied too much. I'm sorry to use that word. He lied too much. He lied too much. Chief, to tell you that this government will be very transparent, just see what happened.
There's a euphemistic or figure of speech, is euphemism. Instead of telling an elderly or a leader lie, you say you're not telling the truth. It would sound better than.
So if you're looking at me now to see whether I'm going to check me, man.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
Come on, man. Take what they say. He steals.
When the common man take it,
Because we don't respect common man as well. And in the fireplace, you don't use a word common on your compatriot. Yeah.
But this platform respects
everyone. We respect everyone.
But Chris, even in the United States, people can tell the president.
Okay, so that's not the United States. This the United States. The United States president will not wear. Hold on, Chief. Gentlemen, hold on. The United States president will not wear a made in Liberia fabric and go address the nation. No, he's in three-piece suit. This is the Republic of Liberia, an entrenched cultural orientation.
Yeah, let's proceed.
We'll live like that. Our former president always tells stories.
I give up on you. Yeah, go ahead. Tell story.
He tells a lot of stories. Chief, to tell you that this government will be very transparent, just see what happened to another family. And they were allegedly getting caught in the cookie jar and everywhere around. I think you see, and we are the United Party people that flag this issue. Non-CDC, non-sedition. I'm sorry.
But flagging is not enough. No arrest yet.
Their investigation is going on.
But it's too early, man.
Yeah. That one makes it to be arrest until that is proven, right? We all condemn the act.
Yeah.
So for that, we know that everything that they have said here, they lie to Liberian people. I want to encourage Liberian people and want to tell them that what President Boga have said that nothing left there. What left there is the 20, nothing at 40. The president tells story, they tell story a lie. But everybody knows that President we have to tell
Yes, I guess the guy wants to use the word lie, and then we said no, don't say lie. Then he said his president we are a teller of stories.
But Chris,
I know telling story lies.
You didn't know what outside the studio like Ellen Johnson did because Chris won't be straight.
President we have to tell story. So Liberians will not bow while he said the first thing when he said he left 40. I don't know he said I think I'll tell you that story. That story. Then you get it.
That storytelling.
That storytelling. What's going on?
All right. Okay. You know, the first thing, the reason, some of the thing we try to avoid using lie. The first thing, if you lie, especially at that level, a position like that, you just abuse the oath of office because you're swearing not to lie. Anything you say should be the truth, nothing but the truth. Yeah. So those are some of the technical reasons why we sometimes like to just, but not necessarily. Yeah, but again, we have to respect our leaders. Yeah, Abel, let's hear it quickly before we go to the next one.
The president deceived the country, and this is not his first time. The president told us he was bringing 6,000 teachers from Nigeria. That is still coming. The president told us Body Island would have been updated. That is still coming. The president had went towards it or bringing weave company here. We didn't see it. The president told us he was doing the coastal highway. We didn't see it. So let me tell you, the president came here when President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Joe Biden said they left more than 150 million. He came, he said they inherited a broken economy. He came by, he said he left the Joe Biden and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf now left so amount. You see, he has been a contradictor
from the beginning up to his exit. You know why President Joseph Barker said the economy is under stress and the hope of the people is still alive? When the economy is under stress, it means a tension, serious tension. The president even also deceived the country when he said he was paying watch fee. Didn't you hear the chairman of the party say only 1 year?
No, but let me do that disclaimer. I listened to the Wire boss said the government owes WIAC of the organization, not the one in Monrovia here. The one in Monrovia here, they up to date with the school fees. But your due payment to the regional body, say they owe almost 6 years. That means it equates to the length of time they were in power.
What kind of disclaimer you do? When you owe 6 years, you have not been paying what you told it.
No, but you said WIAC fees, the exam fees. No, it's different. It's different.
You have to pay for the preparation of the test here, the running of the test. What we're talking about is in a total cartoon. If you could not pay 1 year, you could not pay 6 years, then you told the librarian people will be paying watch fee. This is a false statement. Let me tell you, besides that, we are all...
You call it false because you don't understand what I'm actually trying to say.
Yes, I got you. I listen to the communication officer, Nangwe, of what? He tried to break it down. He still repeated what you said. If you owe him for the last 6 years and you told the people that you've cleared up, that you cleared the
not clear with the regional body. Did they tell you that? No, listen. Did they tell you that? They said, and listen to me now, listen. They said what is on the ground is payment of student wire fees. And I know it's for political reason. They did that up to date. It is the regional body they failed to, like, we come to another statement where the president said, he's committed to paying foreign debt. I just got sorry. I just got an information that Liberia owes ECOWAS a huge sum of money and the AU, right? Yeah, so
the European Investment Bank.
What were these people doing with this money? These people stole our money. They mismanaged the money. They took the money and built mansions. They built houses. The last car that President we have bought, that car is more than 500,000. It's a bulletproof car. You understand? So the people mismanage the economy of the country. That's why President Joseph Barker said the economy is under stress, but the hope of the Liberian people is still alive. So he's giving hope for them. The president deceived the Liberian people. We're talking about the former president, not the current president. The former president, the immediate former president, not Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the immediate former president, we have deceived the Liberian people to have said, and I want even trick out the House of Representatives today to have agreed to invite the central bank governor, Aloysius Stanu, to come and tell us whether President Weah is saying the truth or President Joseph Barker is saying the truth. We need to know because this money does not belong to President Weah. We 40 million. The one President Weah met there was not 40 million. To have even said, I am leaving, let's assume if I am meeting 40 million. You met over 150 million. Then you talking about 40 million? What did he do? So all of these mansions are being constructed here, and that's why the president said, I'm going to re-emphasize the issue of audit. We need a forensic audit, not just with the GSC yet. The international body must get involved. 6 years you ran the country just to see mansions being constructed, condominiums, everywhere at one place. And people got fat bank account. Why you think the State Department or the Treasury Department sanctioned some of our officials? They said they were sanctioned for soliciting bribe, for receiving bribe, and for also giving bribe. Some of them took money. So there's a need for audit. And President Barker was right when he said there will be regular audit, not just for the executive branch. And the regular audit should be a culture. After 3 months, 6 months, people should give account, not just audit for the ministry. It should be a lifestyle audit as well. Because here you came from Zimbabwe, and in 2 months, you are living in 3-story building, and the building that you live in costs $1 million, but your salary is $1,000. How do you commensurate or how do you reconcile those things? So there's a need for an audit to set the record straight as to what is left
And what President Joseph Barker is talking about 2.5.
Okay, all right. Has Oscar spoken on the economy? Oscar, there are time before we open the lines for the last segment of this one.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Chris. So, former President George Weah, and I know many Liberians can be happy when they hear, that adjective behind George Weah as former president, because that was a burden, a heavy load on the Liberian people's head, and so for George Weah now to be considered as a former president, I think that comes with some relief. Now, so the former president, there were things that he did, for which we must commend him. For example, we talk about, the acceptance of the election results, smooth transitioning. This is Africa. Any seated president could decide to hijack the system. The quote unquote payment of WAS fees, these small community roles that he built, markets and playgrounds all around the place that he built. We must commend him for that. But I think the entire administration of CDC under the hymn of George Weah was made by a disservice, like I said this morning on ELBC. I think the president did not do due diligence to the Liberian people. Too many things that we all talking about. You can be a president taking over in 2018, and then Liberians were talking about audit because it was highly speculated and debated that the Ellen Johnson regime was highly corrupt. So Liberians called on you to audit the past administration. By then, you did not do so. There was this claim and counterclaim about leaving something there. No, I didn't leave anything there. And the former president, the madam, challenged you openly, to disprove what she was saying. You did not do it. You did not say anything until the eve of the inauguration, before you came on and was telling Liberian people how much you left in, how much you met there, and how much you even living there. That is the service in itself, and that is criminal in nature. So you can't do that. You can't do that. Now, see what we're talking about now. Somebody saying you left 40 million, the other man said no, you left 20.5 million. Then to make matters worse, you abscond from the country just on the same day of inauguration.
So you can't equate that to absconding. No, hold on, gentlemen. Hold on, please. Oscar, what's your reliance to equate that to absconding? The departure of the former president to absconding. What's the reliance?
No, but you know that the president left the country on inauguration.
I know, but you tell me absconding. He ran away. That's what you're trying to say.
It's to run away from the country. So what is? That's what we say. You couldn't leave more room for speculation as to why the former president or the president just within that time you would just leave the country like that. In fact, when you were not even sit. Yeah, you were just leave. So when you do that now, you see what happened. Even Eugene Nangwe, we are told he has resigned. He has a tenure position. He has resigned. Why have you resigned? And we are even getting credible intelligence that he has left the country. So why all of your people who are occupying these strategic positions that were bringing income to the country are leaving the country? Besides that, you talk about look at the debts. For example, we talk about 2.21 billion public debt.
Senator Dillon and Senator Jonathan Boucher, and the rest of the other senators have been there. We're talking about, when we talk about public debt, who are we crediting from? What are we using the money for? So you just credit money. And so aside from public debt, we even owe our people out there international and regional bodies. So the experience is just too much. It's just too much for this government. You talk about 650,000 owning the Europe Investment Bank. You talk about owning ECOWAS. You talk about the various missions, within our foreign service. You owe the people until you have to wipe your embassy. So why are you really credit to all of this? Yes, in the West.
Tomorrow when we come, I will read out the amount the government owes Addis Ababa.
the first time, Chris, did you follow this? The first time in our foreign relations, in our country's foreign relations, for an ambassador to respond back to the foreign minister and the president when it came out that, oh, the ambassador at the United Nations, took a unilateral decision.
No, they took the decision.
No, they took the decision. So that is the service, and that is criminal. So you cannot have a criminal cartel, that was ruling the nation, and then that's why it has set the basis for investigation, and there should be no.
Oh my God! Joseph Baker compromises that he's just going to vote down the drain.
One second. The issue was when the issue that took place on the inauguration that President
it will call for us to bring that man back. We'll bring him back.
Left the program in the middle of the program when the heat, when we had the exhaustion of heat. While that was taking place, the president took his wife and then they left the program. That was a high level of dishonesty. That was the high level of disrespect. You are turning your power in the middle of the program. That's international debt. The president of Ghana was seated. The president of Saudi was seated. The vice president of Nigeria was seated. All of these international guests. When that incident took place, you see, it was the wish of President William. He turned some power would have happened to the current president. Because in the middle of the program, he took his wife.
That was noticed even yesterday. I don't know how many of you saw that. That was noticed yesterday. I don't know whether Chris took notice of that. He normally would take notice of most of these things. Did you observe that the Speaker of the House of Representatives did not remove his eyes on the president when the president mounted the podium, and he just had his head like, just staring at the president until the president. The video is there. So are you insinuating that maybe that you wanted something to happen, you expected something to happen, so you kept scratching your eye to see whether you were wrong or something going to happen? You kept reach out and bring evil for the president. You keep doing that.
It's a property of the country now. We are on an obligation to pray and support the government. But for the president to have led the program in the middle of the program, the president should be investigated as well. That is the highest level of dishonesty and disrespect. The president took the oath of office, reading the speech, in the middle of the speech, in the middle of the program. The president was handing over, grab his left hand, and let the program.
But that was after the heat exhaustion was noticed on the current president. The program, the speech automatically ended. The current president was evacuated to an air-conditioned room, and later on, driven to his home.
Always say evacuated.
The president will be sitting out on the podium.
No, you can't say evacuated. The president walked the walkie to his car. Because we say evacuated, the door in.
No, I didn't say he was scared. I said he was driven. Right?
Evacuation.
No, but listen, evacuation is not a total. When they evacuated you
would have said they escorted.
No, listen now, listen.
I think I want to agree with Chris.
Yeah, when evacuation is not carry you on your shoulder or in hammer. No,
in this context.
No, Chris, okay.
Yeah, in this context, when you are evacuated, that means the environment is volatile.
It's volatile. But the way you went, because you say you were evacuated to an air-conditioned place.
No, is there from what the journalists, from the other side
in this context
that they former
president informed?
No, he was evacuated.
No, he didn't fall. He didn't fall, but he was evacuated to.
Yeah, but taking them in, you take them. But you're walking. When you say taking them in, they're walking to his car, and then he moved. And you had a Ghanaian president stay seated. Other president stay seated. So the man who turning over the leadership should not have left. President William. So what something happened, God forbid. It means if something happened, the president at the time, President William would have taken responsibility because he initiated and then left.
It was a joint, gentlemen. It was a joint ceremony. The inauguration was a joint ceremony, right?
So, Oscar, before you move on, Oscar, hello, are you hearing me?
Of the planning and the execution.
Oscar,
so
this is the word evacuate. Remove someone from a place of danger to safer place. So I'm not wrong to say the president was evacuated.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, Ebe is thinking about the journalist who said the president was being wheeled when he was taking over. And
Yeah.
they go play CCTV footage. You don't see the president.
The president was
I said the journalist. So you know the journalist so quiet, Nina. Yeah?
You see what?
I
You
said
got it
Ebe-
according to me. The president those were movement of play agent activities, but I think we move above. At least we didn't see the current
we hope
president
that we
being
move
wheeled.
above that, Chris,
Yes.
because we still
Absolutely.
see irresponsible media, you know, being displayed.
So just
you
remain
know,
responsible.
it's-
While the others are irresponsible, just remain responsible. That is the best way to react in football. I'm a very good footballer. One way to control the dictate or to delay time is to hold the ball, not moving. Hold the ball 1-to-1, 1-to-1 until the referee blows the whistle. When the others are being irresponsible, just be responsible.
Let me differ with you briefly on that before we go to the line. And I respectfully.
No, I decided not to take calls because we run out of time.
Okay, so I respectfully differ with you on that. So in as much as I will partly agree that you should be responsible. Those who are responsible should remain responsible. However, like the Rwanda situation, right? You can't tell me there was only one radio station in Rwanda when the situation came about, you know, between the two states and the Husis.
But there was one radio station
so there was one radio station that produced that. So if you have one radio station being irresponsible in the broadcast, it brings about danger, security threat to the state, because every media outlet, whether it be the print media or the electronic media, you have your followings. So if you are continuously and consistently spewing out division, you know, and instigating the public, that in itself raises security concerns. So we can say those are responsible should remain responsible, and we sit and continue to allow irresponsible media. That's what we're calling for. That's what we're calling for. Because these people,
the gallery, right? Okay, so we don't have. So let's remain responsible. That's all. I never one day saw the Ministry of Information call an irresponsible to the extent a radio station opened its line and declared the former, American ambassador wanted, and call on the public. Yes, you understand? And the ministry could not speak, but the day we condemn it, the day we condemn on this platform, less than 24 hours, the ministry came out to condemn it. So these guys, I'm sorry to say, some of the political decisions is hard to take.
This morning that most of the ministries and agencies and those who work in the administration of George Weah, they were all on Honduras. There was no independence. So you couldn't have expected people to speak freely because it was either party mandate. We heard that from the central bank, you know, the former central bank governor who said if it was for us to lay aside the central bank policy to satisfy the president. So everybody, every ministry, every agency was afraid and they wanted to satisfy.
I don't think I do it. I don't call that do it, my brother.
They were afraid, wanted to satisfy one.
Not being gullible. You just being gullible and you subject yourself to something.
Yeah.
The former central bank governor.
Elijah Stalu. We lay aside the central bank act and we will deal with the CDC.
No, I didn't. No, hold on. Sometimes things slip on my.
What you was CDC mandate, President? We amended.
It should be on that computer. I remember when I was
here.
And you know that
money, they say radio station.
Okay, so yeah, sometimes I don't listen to it all the time. But listen to me. Listen to me. If Governor Talu said this one, right? The central bank position is a tenure position, right? Which is untouched, but the law equally says he or she can be removed for a cause. If he said that and went scot-free, even into this administration, no one is planning to remove him. My goodness. So people went to school. Let me see. What year was it? October 19? What year was it? 2019? Was it 2019?
He was he came in, they removed somebody.
I think it was 2020.
Yeah, he said that.
2020.
So he got 2 more years. He got 2 more years. So yeah, he got 2 more years because he been there 3 years. He got 2 more years. That training program. He may send a reckless statement, and that statement was embraced by the CDC because he was going and dealing directly with the mandate of the CDC instead of the mandate of the central bank. They either created a central bank.
Blackie, I want to say this. Excuse me. To my colleagues, I want to say this.
I will get you that recording before the weekend.
To validate a number of regulatory instruments and administrative procedures that have been drafted by the Liberian Electricity Regulatory Commission for the regulation of the electricity sector of Liberia. On behalf of my colleagues, I would like to first express sincere gratitude to the Millennium Challenge Econ Liberia and the European Union that have supported LERC since it began as a culmination of several months of sustained efforts to start giving relevance to the provisions of the 2015 law. Following the establishment of the board, we have worked assiduously with our Skeleton professional staff and consultants to put.
I will have to find that. I don't want to waste your time. Time is fast spent.
Chris,
Let's
I want
do
to
it
come in.
across.
Chris, I want to come in. You just said something. Chris, let me be funny. It's unprofessional. It's unprofessional, Chris. Let me say this. As a governor, that's a policy place. You cannot tell us that you're going to implement the policy, the agenda of CDC, and leave.
I would refuse to believe this one unless I hear it.
Let me tell you. So when I send it to you, will you be playing it on your
I'll play it.
Okay,
I'll play it.
I'll send it to
Actually, you don't know me.
Yeah, but it is true. They have been playing for over 2 years in this country. Over 2
every
years.
money,
every money. Listen to Cool tomorrow. You listen to Cool FM News.
Just
back. Is that?
Just for it to me. I will read the Central Bank Act where this man should not be. If he said,
Governor Luscious Talu said we will lay aside the Central Bank Act, the policy, and not deal with the CDC.
Why you going on?
Where lies our education?
Why are you not talking about good governance?
I'm telling you.
Why are you not talking about good governance? The policies that make up good governance. Why are you not talking about good governance? Why just in the central bank? You should also talk about good governance.
But even if the guys have come, we would have held them. We got the intellectual muscle to contain them. Let me let you know. They know exactly what we're
all right, hold on. I got an update to this one. It's not Talu, but it's Petrie.
No,
somebody just told me Petrie.
I think it's Petrie. No, who took over? No, who took over? No.
Petrie, no, listen.
No, that's Talu.
No, hold on.
No, but the point is, Chris,
the point
is the central bank governor made that reckless statement.
The statement was made. It's Talu and not Petrie. It was Petrie that went out.
Because people wanted
to Talu took over. Talu took over to
Mr. Lackey also said he had heard it.
Talu took over 2019.
No, but I've never heard it, man. I've never heard it.
I just call for it.
But to be fair, it's Talu that said they love Petrie. Petrie exit was compromised to give him certain amount to leave.
Yeah, he collected a kickback to leave.
Very cool. His exit was compromised. They gave him certain amount to exit.
Mr. Petrie's presence at Senator was actually moribund. He had overstayed and he became somewhat useless to. I'm sorry to say. So he was happy to leave, right?
Yeah, but the gave me that kind of amount. It was a compromise.
No problem. I can serve as consultant, like what I'm doing here.
So you see why the rescue mission was very important.
The rescue
mission was very important. Yeah, the rescue mission was not just about making Joseph Parker president. It was meant to alleviate the burdens of the Liberian people.
But let me say this, Blackie. The prophecies is real. It's just like some of our brothers in Germany, they want to do prophecy. To tell you, and I listened to Prince Johnson, the senator elect in Germany, the senator of Lima.
Yeah.
On one of his platform, he said that anybody who put more on Burger, you bound to just lose popularity.
What he said?
He said that.
He was very clear. He said that. He said, "You and me."
That was prophetic, yeah.
He said, "You and me." That time I put more on getting me on President Boga, and I start losing popularity. And nobody, go and tell me. But I realized it and go back and get me and tell Boga, I say, "Oh, I think we need to work together."
So it's
Ambrose said Patriot took over from Talu. Talu is the current.
Talu is the current central bank governor. Nathaniel Patriot took over. He was the shortest central bank governor. They brought him, and then they had a compromise. They gave him some money to exit.
So we're trying to get it, and when we get it, whoever said that, when we are playing it,
Talu said that. Don't say whoever. It's Talu that said that. He himself is ashamed of his own statement now. When he listens, he can be ashamed. He said that because he wanted favor. He wanted president.
So everybody, I need this audio. My inbox is inundated with text messages. People say it's Talu. Somebody said no, it's Patriot.
No, it's
Talu.
Talu.
It's Talu.
Yeah, man.
Patriot was the audience man.
I need to know that somebody, one of the central bank governors said that.
And that was a reckless statement. We're going to lay
I don't want to believe that in this age, a professional at that level will make a statement. Come on, who is CDC?
I'm telling you
that you will plunge your entire character.
Well, Fred, 25 million was taken from your reserve, and they put it in the wheelbarrow and said they're going to change money. We all agree that they will not go free, right? We all agree that they will not go free. We all agree that they will not go free. Yeah, 25 million was taken from your reserve. 30 million stimulus package when they put back packet. Now, for instance, Nathaniel Pitt, and I mean, the larger Talu statement you're talking about here. No, the CDC government was one of the worst government Liberia ever produced.
Imagine one of their own executives.
The vice chair and one of the vice chairperson at the University of Liberia.
It's not just the
rescue mission was very important. That's why the rescue mission.
Another person called and said Talu. You should just send me that text. Not Talu. It's Patriot.
The president confirmed it. Patriot was not Patriot. Patriot was the old man. He was always gray hair. And Patriot was a former governor before. They brought him in. He said we had Liberia National Bank. He was one of the governors of Liberia National Bank. They brought him in. It was.
No, I'm not going to talk anything more than this one because you guys don't. Until you can give me that recording, I'm not talking.
I will give
you get Oscar.
If I right after you, I'm going
to start reading. You will get mad. You will get angry, and you will go drink more power. Even though I did
we're talking about the West African Examination Council or the WACS. Liberia owes 5 million. Yeah, over 5 million. Yeah.
So the regional body.
Yeah, the regional.
Not the Moroccan office.
No. Yeah.
But you don't produce your own test.
West African
million. Yeah. That's small money. So Banca.
I don't know whether it's on that the president was talking about that we got certain 2 billion.
Yeah,
2.21 billion.
12 years. 12 years, Ellen and Joe
all our debt.
800,000 debt. 800,000. 12 years. 800,000. That was the debt. When John Weah King.
He says yes.
Yeah, he says yes. John Weah King. Yeah.
But
when John Weah King, we went to 2 billion.
According to the write-up, we've paid for almost 10 years or so. I think it went back.
No, you getting it. I said in 12 years.
No, thinking about this fee, this wire testing. Fee,
Lord, they've been making the Liberia to believe that they've been taking care of all of the wax fee. All
but they
of
only
it.
paid 3 times. At the regional body, they only paid 3 times. So, they only paid 3 times. And we've not paid for.
Yeah, you buy a car. Look at the car that Eugene Nangwe drives around here. Do you know how much for that car? Do you know how much for that car? So, look, we just want to say it was necessary. It was necessary for the rescue mission. And we have no regret to rescue this country. It was not meant to just make Joseph Boakai president. It was meant to rescue the issue of trust.
Look,
it was.
Gentlemen, let me. I have to do this call, please, quickly. Oh, traffic plug. Just give me 3 minutes. Ambrose said he has it on his phone, so I should call him. He just want to participate. I should call him Then he will play it from a big phone. Yeah. Okay.
But don't worry, I will get it over to you.
Yeah, let me. I don't know why I've not come across this. Ambrose, quickly, let's hear you. Quickly, play the. Oh. Ambrose. Yeah, what? Come on, cue it. Let's play it. Yes.
I'm a man. They were signed down the bank. I ain't getting it. They can command the court.
Yeah, it was SAAH.
Yeah.
It was
Come on.
SAAH.
Then, in some cases, you don't blame the uneducated. If a high-profile educated man can say this, why the president would not fire you?
So you agree, right? That was unprofessional, right?
This is his voice.
No,
a picture.
They're not patron. I launched a style.
Man, listen to me.
Hey, man. It's not patron. It's a launch style.
Huh?
Oh, okay. Stephen Falajia is a journalist, and he says Nathaniel Petrie, the third.
Nathaniel Petrie, the third.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, John is fast pen. John is fast pen. Hello. Hello. We sorry we have to go. The guys are here, and Ebe, you sound like the journalist that announced.
Yeah,
somebody is deaf.
Let me do my closing, and then my guys will come in. Let me do my closing.
Oscar, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. James, thank you. Wonderful talk. As I said this morning on Superman Show, this speech is a whole bank of discussion material. Who knows? Along the week, we could bring you to talk about education, agriculture. We didn't even touch the first pillar of the arrest policy document.
Thank you to the defense authorities, Chris. I listened to Mary Brown, who are talking about, the issue about getting government vehicles back. The ministers there, from the minister purpose to the rest of them, they turned their vehicles in. Yeah, so we hope that other ministers can be able to follow suit. I just like to point that out and say congratulations.
Thank you so much. And it should do this because
this movement, they have formed the vehicle recovery task force, and they were all over collecting vehicles from individuals, even though who benefited from the government buyback vehicle. John Limit Pierre was one of those. I went on his behalf to pay to Central Bank, and his vehicle was seized from him and given to Eugene Fago, who later referred to as Smoky Jeep. Thank you so much. That's how we go home on this analysis of the president's speech. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and the team will be back. And hopefully, Madalene will be here to take you up to Friday. I want to take a break for some reason. Yeah, but take a break for some reason. Okay, so this is how we go.
I will be in the county tomorrow.
Why you always say in a county? You don't know the county's name?
In a county tomorrow.
Okay, so see you. And
let freedom ring, and when this happens, when we allow